Hi everyone, it's Anne. Welcome to another full moon reading. This is for our full moon in Scorpio, which also occurs right next to a total lunar eclipse on Sunday, May 15th at 9:11 p.m. for the eclipse and 9:14 p.m. for the exact full moon Pacific time. This is right after Mercury has gone retrograde in Gemini and Jupiter has entered Aries on May 10th this week. So we have a lot going on. You might say that there is some good balance happening, as of course the full moons often or always happen in the opposite sign. So we're in Taurus season. The sun's in Taurus. Its opposite is Scorpio. That's where the full moon is. So we are balancing Taurus's earthy, grounding energy with Scorpio's tendency to go deep and feel all of the emotions and get to the bottom of things. And meanwhile, Mercury retrograde in Gemini invites us to rethink how we think and the stories we are telling ourselves about who we are and where we've come from. And that's balanced by Jupiter going into Aries, which gives us a boost of forward energy and helps us move forward with our goals and helps us get out of our own way and eliminate or minimize the voice in our heads telling us we can't do what we want to do and just go for it. So there's all of that happening, and I'm here to offer a reading to help us navigate that. I've already shuffled a bunch of times, but I'll shuffle just a couple more times for good measure, and I invite you to join me in taking some deep breaths as I do that. Okay, so let's see what comes up. All right, we've got the Queen of Rods and the Nine of Cups and the King of Pentacles. So the Queen of Rods is the Queen of Fire. She's the spiritual queen. I know all my Wild Woman Camp Out alumni will appreciate this one right now. And this is a card for feeling and appreciating and allowing all of our spiritual selves to be in their full glory and really just exist in an appreciation and a relaxed relationship, you might say, with our fire element. And that is representative of the spirit within ourselves, of our higher selves, our connection with our ancestors, our drive and our energy. And in a very physical way, it's the actual energy we have within our bodies. It's the life force. It's the spark of life within all living things. And being the queen, this is about allowing. This is about receiving, appreciating. This may be showing that we're receiving spiritual insight or spiritual gifts or spiritual awareness and having an appreciation for the energy within us and all around us. So it's a very peaceful, kind of centered, grounded place to be. It's really expressive of the creative spark within each of us. And this is our foundation. So this is showing that we're coming at this from a fairly balanced standpoint, and that we're in the practice of allowing, which is a great way to manifest the best reality that we can for ourselves, to simply let the abundance flow to us. So I hope you'll join me in celebrating this as a wonderful symbol. And then next we have the Nine of Cups. So I've seen this card come up a little bit in readings I've done recently, and this is a card about really feeling emotionally fulfilled within oneself. In other words, this expresses being able to feel happiness simply by being and not out of a need or a dependence upon other people, not out of a need for validation or to know that we are loved by others, but rather to know that we have love for ourselves and that we fill our own cup to the point of fulfillment, and that we have an appreciation of the value of solitude and the value of listening to our own inner voice in order to guide us towards our own personal happiness, because that's individual, it's unique for each of us. What makes me happy won't necessarily make you happy, and vice versa. And only ourselves can we know truly what that is. So this is a nice card, I think, for Mercury retrograde in Gemini, because it invites us to really honor the inner voice and the truth that we have the power to rewrite our stories, and we have control over how we guide our thoughts and how we allow ourselves to receive our own emotions. This recognizes and symbolizes that we have the power to really honor everything that our emotions have to teach us, and to receive the wealth and the knowledge and the wisdom that they communicate. So I hope you'll join me in celebrating this, the Nine of Cups. And then finally, the King of Pentacles is our next card. And this is a perfect card for Taurus season. We see the bull in the background. That's literally the Taurus symbol. But what this is also in balance with the Queen, who is about reception and allowing and yielding and creation. The King is about action and doing. And it's also a great card for Jupiter going into Aries, because this is the card of achievement, accomplishment, and having done the work. So this is kind of a glance into our future if we follow our guidance and allow ourselves to be motivated and to minimize the doubtful voice and instead honor the encouraging voice within our own minds, and to go forward and do the things that we're afraid to do, but we want to do. So the King is the person that's already done it, and the King has performed the action to the point where he or she has been honored and is revered for all of their accomplishments. So I welcome you to join me in honoring the King within yourself and recognizing that sometimes the only person in your way of success is yourself, and we're able to ignore that, especially right now, in order to achieve what we want to do. So thanks for joining me for that. And again, the cards were the King of Pentacles, the Earth King, by the way. That's the king of the physical world and of material accomplishment. And then we had the Nine of Cups, about receiving the abundance and the gifts of going within and honoring the emotions we feel within ourselves. And then the Queen of Rods, the queen that appreciates, allows, and has gratitude for all of the spiritual gifts in our world. So thanks everyone for joining me, and I'll see you next time for a new moon reading. Bye for now.